Hi, I'm Steve. If you're wondering how to incorporate blended learning into your classroom, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to run through the basics of how to start using blended learning to bring your classroom into the 21st century. With blended learning, you can reap all the benefits of using e-learning together with in-classroom face-to-face learning. In the next few minutes, we will explain what blended learning is and then cover 5 best practices that will help you to make blended learning a success. So what does the term blended learning mean? Blended learning is when you combine digital education with a classroom-based teaching. Now, this doesn't mean uploading a few videos and telling your students to go off, watch them and then hope for the best, but rather using digital tools, content and resources to add to what you're already teaching in class. It's a wonderful way to reinforce what you're teaching while letting your students learn at their own pace, in their own way, through a variety of activities that keep them engaged and interested. Here are some examples of what blended learning could look like for you. You could set them an online task, asking them to research a specific topic and complete a digital presentation using a tool like Google Slides. Or ask students to collaborate on an essay or a book review using Google Docs, writing it together as a group. Using Snaplify Engage, you can share multimedia resources with students so that while they are reading and revising using ebooks, they'll also be able to access additional notes, audio clips, or videos that enhance their understanding of the concepts you've covered in class. Of course, these are just a few examples and the possibilities are endless. However you decide to integrate technology into your classroom, it's a great way to make sure that your students are interested and invested in what they are learning. Now that we know what blended learning is, how do we start implementing it in our classrooms? Here are 5 points to start with. While it may seem scary at first, you are in control of how successful this approach can be. If you prepare and research well and approach blended learning as an exciting adventure, you'll not only find the experience rewarding, you'll also get the learning outcomes you want. Children also learn from watching others, so seeing you as their teacher, full of excitement for a blended learning approach, will make all the difference. This doesn't mean that you need to know everything. There are so many great problem-solving skills you could teach here as you all navigate the digital space together. Remember that there are plenty of free resources available online to help you get up to speed with technology you might not be familiar with. From YouTube videos to how-to articles and even free webinars for teachers, you can keep upskilling yourself to teach with confidence. You can also use your fellow teachers as your support team. Set time to share successes and setbacks. Give each other tips and make sure you're on the right track. The exciting thing is that you'll become more and more comfortable with online content and tools the more you use these in your teaching. So whether you go big or start small, take that first step and start today. Before you begin assigning online projects or other e-learning activities, you need to set goals and define your learning objectives. The activities you do in class or via digital learning must all support these goals. You can then create a plan to blend online and in-class activities cohesively by looking at what you can teach digitally and what you need to cover in person. Research has already shown that e-learning has the potential to increase motivation, creativity, and collaboration, as well as improve knowledge retention and skills. There are so many ways to engage students digitally, and it's up to you to decide how to use technology to get your students even more excited about what they're learning. From using interactive content to finding ways to interact and collaborate together using digital tools, Get creative with how you choose to integrate technology into your lesson plans. Technology has the potential to allow you to get real-time feedback on student progress and see who needs a little extra help along the way. The type of assessments you conduct will depend on the platform or software that you're using, but there are many ways to check in with your students, like online quizzes, surveys, and polls that give you a snapshot of where your students might be struggling. You can even use a Google form to create a quick, simple-to-use multiple choice or short answer quiz. By using these tools, you'll be able to create a unique and adaptable plan to make sure that none of your students get left behind. Not only will they also feel like they are being seen as individuals, but you'll be able to make sure that their level of understanding is in line with your learning objectives. Technology allows you to open the channels of communication with your students in a whole new way. But it's also important that your students know that they can communicate with you, especially if they're battling. Be sure to check in with your students. Can they access the relevant platforms, and do they know how to use these? Do they need some extra help with what you're asking them to do? As their teacher, you'll also need to be willing to adapt when something isn't working out as you thought it would. Consult your colleagues or look for other online ideas to get the message across. You may even find that your students will be able to help you as much as you can help them. So, with all these ideas in mind, I wish you a wonderful journey into a new and exciting way of teaching.